Hey there, it's John from Heroes and Legends, and today's the third day of PAX in Seattle, Washington. So as you can imagine, we have some more Kaladesh preview cards to take a look at. Now, it is Sunday, so the preview cards are a little bit slower than they have been the last couple days. In fact, 2 days ago we had 18 cards to look at. Yesterday we had 20 cards. Today we only have 3. Now, if you missed the videos with the 18 and 20 cards, I do have a playlist on the channel. Feel free to go back and check those out when you get a chance, and you'll be able to get caught up. Now, today's 3 cards, you'll want to stay tuned for them, because even though it's only 3 and they're actually all uncommons, these are actually some very powerful uncommons. At least 2 of them are easily constructed playable. You won't want to miss this. Now, before we get started, just a quick reminder, if you look in the description below, I have a link to my Amazon affiliate store, and I've been trying to compile all the links for at least relevant MTG products and things that are pretty good deals into one place. I know that's always frustrated me when I try to shop on Amazon. So I put them together, and if you go through my links and do make a purchase, a small percentage of that will come back to the channel to help support the channel. So thank you in advance for looking at that. And as always, I want to thank the patrons on Patreon for helping make these videos and what I do possible. So having said that, let's get on to the real business, and that's the cards. And we're going to start off with a real good one. Aerial Responder. 2 white and 1. It's a dwarf soldier. 2/3. Flying, vigilance, lifelink. This is an uncommon. Yep, this card right here is an uncommon. This is awesome. So first off, it reminds me a lot of Vampire Nighthawk. Obviously, anyone who played during the original Zendikar will quickly make that comparison, I'm sure. I like this in some ways a little better than that card, though, just because white is kind of like the color of pump spells, and just a lot of ways to make your creatures bigger, a lot of cool combat tricks and stuff. So white's in that business to make this card even stronger, where black, it's a little bit unintuitive to do that typically in that color. So this card is off the wall. I mean, first off, let's talk about limited. Easily first pickable. I mean, we haven't seen all the rares or mythics in the set yet, obviously, but I feel like this is probably pickable over most rares and mythics, probably 99% of the time almost. This card is a bomb. Now, if you think about standard, again, I think this is very, very standard playable. I mean, Vampire Nighthawk did see standard play back in the day. It was a bomb in limited as well. It even saw some modern play. I think this card could potentially see some modern play too. It's just that good. It's super economical. It just has so many abilities for 3 mana. And you don't want to overlook the fact that it's a dwarf soldier too. I mean, they went pretty deep with this. There are things out there that bump soldiers, and we know even in this set, there's a Dwarf Lord that's already been spoiled, so that's kind of a nice pickup if you're lucky enough to open both of these. That could be great for you in limited. So yeah, fantastic card. This was a real big reveal. Speaking of powerful cards, Ceremonious Rejection. 1 blue. It's an instant counter target colorless spell. This one again is an uncommon. This is going to see play in every format where it's legal. So sorry, Pauper, but everywhere else this is going to see play. Vintage. This is going to be phenomenal to help you slow down some of the vintage plans, which usually revolve around some strong artifacts or some mana acceleration through artifacts. Legacy also has tons of fantastic targets for this. Modern has targets, and Standard will have targets because we're introducing an artifact block. You know there's going to be some powerful artifacts. This is going to be an answer to them. This is also going to be great in limited because, again, you're going to deal with some powerful artifacts, and I think the main reason this showed up at uncommon and maybe not rare, for example, is because they wanted enough copies of this out there to host some of the really strong artifacts that are going to show up in the block. You just need some answers. So cards like this, I assume we'll see a card that's kind of like Shatter or something like that, if not Shatter itself, show up in the set. You just need those type of things available to you in the limited game, so that's why it kind of fits here at uncommon. Overall, this is phenomenal. I mean, every time we see a 1 blue counterspell, even with a drawback or any sort of contingency to it, it's still highly played. It's still excellent. This is no exception. Going to deal with a certain problem. Sometimes this will come out of the sideboards. There's probably times where this is probably main deckable in certain situations, but this is phenomenal. Another great, great uncommon. Now our next card comes to us as a Korean language spoiler, and loosely translated, it translates to Oval Chase the Daredevil, 1 black and 3, human pilot. When an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you may return Oval Chase Daredevil from your graveyard to your hand. To me, this is actually a really good limited card. I don't mind paying 4 for a 4/2 limited. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of that in black recently, and they're just fine. I mean, they usually trade for something decent. A 4 toughness creature is something that your opponent's probably spent at least 4 mana on, so it feels like an equitable trade. But what's nice about this card is you make that trade, and then you play an artifact, and it gets to go back to your hand, you play it, and you get to do it all over again. So the fact that there is a level of recursion tied into this card is actually kind of awesome. So I think this is going to be a lot better than your average 4/2 for 4 that you find in black, and those are always playable. So this one I think is going to cross over into maybe a good limited card, so one of the better limited cards that you'll have the choice of drafting or using from your sealed pool. So I really like this one a lot for limited. If nothing else, a really strong card there, I think. So having said that, those are the cards for today, and these are some really good ones. I'm very impressed at the power level that we've seen here in Uncommon. Now, just so you kind of get an idea of how PAX is going to wrap up, tomorrow they're going to have a closing show in the evening. I'll probably wait to post my video until after that closing show because they are promising a pretty big reveal. I have some theories on what that might be if you listened to yesterday's video, but I guess we'll see tomorrow, and then of course I will report that out to all of you. And then every day that we have spoilers, which should continue throughout the next couple weeks, I'll go ahead and put out a video and compile all the information for you and give you some quick analysis. And then once the full set's revealed, which should be a week from Friday, I believe, we'll begin our full set review as we normally do. So until then, hey, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks as always for watching. This video, like all my videos, was made possible by the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Even a donation of $1 helps me to keep growing this community and creating better quality content for all of you. Check out our Patreon page for exclusive giveaways and future goals for the channel. If you haven't yet had a chance to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the MTG news, spoilers, set reviews, product openings, or finance videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.